Hi again, everybody. It's Relisa Lynn. I'm finally awake, starting to move around. It takes me about an hour or two to really get awake and going because I have to take so many medications um, for all of my medical diagnoses, which I didn't list all. But my main focus is the depression and the anxiety. And I wanted to show this book to everybody. It's called Best Self, Be You, Only Better, and it's by life coach Mike Bayer, who has been on the Dr. Phil show this season. I did buy the book. I've started reading it. One of the first exercises in the book talks about how to decide and draw your best self versus your non-best self. The non-best self I get. I'm struggling with the best self part because I don't really think I've ever had an opportunity to be my best self, um, given the fact that I've suffered all kinds of trauma and abuse, beginning at about age 4, and being a pediatric patient back when I was in the 80s. They didn't have psychologists or psychiatrists to help me adjust emotionally and mentally, socially. I was never oriented. I had no friends. Everyone at school thought I was weird. I was the sick kid. Um, I've have had these scars on my neck, on my stomach, the ileostomy bag. Um, and just everything I've been through, the domestic violence relationships I've had. Um, I don't regret those. I'm not the kind of woman that cowers down. I did fight back. So I take my ownership and accountability in the fact that those relationships failed. I did learn a lot about myself. But I don't think I've ever mentally and emotionally dealt with anything. Um, and now that I'm 48, and I think I'm going through menopause. I feel like my brain has a bunch of mice just running around in it, and I feel like I'm going crazy. And I think a lot of it is because I never have seen a therapist or a psychiatrist, psychologist for all of the trauma that I've been through in my life. Having to go to school with kids and kids' parents, and even some teachers making fun of you, bullying you, calling you names, telling you you're contagious. Don't touch her. She has cooties. Don't, that was my nickname, Cootie. Your kids are mean. The parents were mean. The teachers were mean. Um, so I've never really dealt with the emotional aspect of that. And because of that, I feel like I'm probably emotionally stunted at around the age of 10. And that's why I'm having such a hard time now at the age of 48, never dealing with the emotional and mental abuse that I've been through and everything that I've suffered. Even as a child patient, being poked and prodded constantly by people, that strangers, adults, telling you what to do, telling you what to eat. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. You have to take these medicines. I still have to take probably 12 to 13 medications every day. I do take Xanax for my anxiety. I do smoke cigarettes, and I would like to not do those anymore. I was taking Vicodin for pain. However, I have chosen myself to not take it anymore, not get any more refills, because I refuse to be a part of this opioid crisis that's going on. I now have a combination of gabapentin, which is a nerve pill for like neuropathy that is common in diabetics, and I also take a muscle relaxer. Both are non-narcotics. So that's what I'm using now to try and manage the chronic abdominal pain I have from all the scar tissue that has developed over the last 30 some odd years. Um, so I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit more background. I did go to college. I became a registered nurse. That, it figures I went into the healthcare field because I wanted to help. However, when I got sick with the carotid artery disease, it was so bad that I did have to quit working and I had to go on disability. I hate living on Social Security disability. I don't want to have to do it, but I have no choice at this point. So, by starting this campaign or journey, if you will, I really want to encourage others to open up, communicate. I have made an appointment with my primary doctor for August the 5th to discuss these things with him and get referred to get treatment from a therapist or a psychologist. I'm also going to skip the exercise on drawing my best self because I feel like I don't know what that is at this point. But I do vow to read this book in its entirety, and then I want to step back. Hopefully I'll be in therapy by that time. Take a step back, work on myself, and then see if I can come up with what my best self is. Have I ever been my best self? I don't know. I don't feel like I have. I don't feel like I've ever had that chance to be my best self. So I vow to read this book. I'm also, I've got a treadmill. I'm going to start slowly working out because I can't even do a household chore without getting out of breath. Not that I have respiratory disease or anything. It's just from lack of energy, lack of functioning, laying in the bed most of the time, feeling sorry for myself. But I've decided that's no more. That's not how I want to live the second half of my life. I do want to get myself together for my children, my stepchildren, and my 2 granddaughters that I have right now. And I know I will have more grandchildren. And I do want to be the best Mimi to my grandkids that I can be, and the best mother to my children and my stepgirls that I can be, and to be the best wife to my husband that I can be, and the best human possible. So I wanted to really point out this book. I hope that some of you will get online and order this book. I have read the first part of the first chapter. I do believe it's going to help. I just have to get through the book and then reevaluate my situation and my thoughts, and see if I can come up with what my best self is. Maybe it's what I want to be. But I need to get to the bottom of it to figure out what that's going to be for me. So I just wanted to update the post, give you a little bit more information. So if you have any positive feedback, if I inspire any of you to do the same, I hope that I can by these posts. I'm just being raw and as real as I can be. This is going to be a tough battle. I know that. And I want to share my journey with you because mental health is something we have to start talking about and focusing on in America and worldwide, internationally. The number of mass murders, for example, is all boils down to the person having some kind of mental illness or mental health issue that they've not dealt with. We have got to start focusing on those people and opening up ourselves to them and letting them know that it's okay to be angry or feel the way that they're feeling. I feel the same way, but I'm not out there committing mass murders, nor do I want to. I don't have that in me. But I think some people get to that point to where they just can't handle it and they literally snap and they go crazy. The most recent, the Garlic Festival in California. What if that man had gotten help? What if somebody had opened up their heart to him and said, I'm here for you. I want to help you. Let's go talk to a doctor. Let's go talk to a psychologist. Maybe it would have made a difference when those 3 precious children would be alive today. and this is my point. We have got to start talking about this. And I'm hoping that by sharing my raw and real, authentic journey and my feelings and my emotions and my mental state, I'm hoping that we can open up the conversation. I'm hoping that can wake up in the mornings and feel better and want, I don't fix my hair. I don't put makeup on. I wear pajamas all day. I feel useless. I feel helpless. I feel like a prisoner in my own home. It's gotten to the point to where something has got to change in my life. And I know that there's thousands and thousands of you out there that feel the same way that I do. One of my biggest heroes are Robin McGraw and Dr. Phil. I love Khloe Kardashian. I think she's the best example of what a human being should be, and the way that she thinks, it just amazes me. I'm in awe. I am in awe of her mental capacity to step back and think positively about every situation that she has, no matter if it's good or bad. I also love Ellen DeGeneres. I love the fact that she says, be kind to one another. Those are four words that can change somebody's life. Just be kind to one another. I'm sorry, it's five. You can see my mental state. It's people like that step up to the plate and use their platform to spread positivity and to spread the message of mental health, and that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. I'm a small town Texas girl. Us girls are raised in the South to be strong, to never cry, to keep your emotions inside, to push everything down. And that's what I've done my entire life. And look what it's gotten me. It's gotten me to this point. And that's going to change. And so I'm hoping that by sharing my story, I can help many of you out there. Trolls will be trolls. I don't care. Leave your negative comments. I don't care. I pay no attention to you whatsoever. I'm only going to pay attention to the positive that comes out of this. So do what you want to do. I don't care. I just want to say I love you all. And thank you for your support. Thank you for following. If you're following me, I hope to be an inspiration to you, and I love you all. I'm going to start reading my book now, and I will update my posts as I see fit. Thank you. Love you all.